Welcome everyone to our STAR Bootcamp for 2022. Today I'm going to be going over author's purpose. A bit about myself, my name is Carissa Moreno and I am a cadre member and ELAR teacher at Gunn Junior High. Today, all of the materials listed will be given to you to use in your classrooms. We have academic vocab for author's purpose handout, we have author's purpose sample text, and we also have some STAR-styled practice questions for our students to use. Just to go over the standard that we'll be focusing in on today, it's going to be E1.8a, Author's Purpose in Craft. We have analyzed the author's purpose, audience, and message within a text. So as we begin introducing this lesson, it's going to be really important that you as a teacher are ensuring that we are broadening our students' vocab outside of our general author's purposes, such as persuade, inform, entertain, and express. These are going to be the typical answers that students may share out when you ask this question in front of the class: persuade, inform, express, and entertain. And we're going to take that and we're going to break it down. So, where would you organize the following TV shows? Now, in this activity, you can either give students an opportunity to chat with a neighbor before they show their answers. You can have them raise their hand, or you can do the thinking out loud for them to give them a model in their own activity here to come. So first we have the Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory would go under entertain. Now, after we show each one of these, we're also going to give students a sample explanation that they can use to their benefit in the following activities. So the purpose is to entertain by telling a story about four brilliant but socially awkward scientists and their pursuit of love. Next, we have a political debate. Political debate would go under express. Purpose of a political debate is to express views and beliefs about various issues. Next, we have 10 o'clock news. The 10 o'clock news is going to go under inform. The purpose of news is to inform local citizens about crimes, businesses, people, weather, and sports in their area, as well as nationally. Next, we have a commercial for pizza, which would go under persuade. Purpose of a pizza commercial is to convince you to call and order a pizza the next time you're hungry. So, here is the next activity. It says to pick up a copy of the academic vocab for author's purpose and author's purpose sample text. In groups of 2 to 3, students will read the sample text aloud to each other, and as a group, they'll decide if each text is intended to inform, entertain, persuade, or express. Then, using the academic vocabulary and modeled sentences on the previous slide, which are here, you'll create a 1 to 2 sentence explanation about the specific purpose of the sample. Lastly, groups will be randomly called on to share their sentences per sample text. Okay, so the biggest thing here is that, yes, we're giving students an opportunity to write, but we are going to call on them randomly to hold them accountable here too as well. So I wanted to show you guys what these handouts look like. They are linked in this slideshow so that you can have easy access to them. But I'll show you what they look like on my end. First and foremost, we have this academic vocab for author's purpose. This is what it looks like. It's a handout with just some sentence stems on here that are really going to help our kids form their responses. You're going to really want them to use these here to help complete their answers, and you'll notice that they start with the word to, so it may be worth giving your kids some additional sentence stems to form their answers on this handout. This is the other handout I was talking about, the author's purpose sample text. So there are 9 different sample texts here, and in the boxes below, the students are going to form their complete sentences to express which purpose is attributed to each text. Okay, so you're going to want to give them plenty of time to complete this, especially because they're going to be forming complete sentences and really digging into the purposes of each of these. So after they've completed this, students will come back in and they will share their responses to the class. And after they've completed this activity, you're going to want to dig into how these questions are going to look on the STAR test. So I've given you guys a few exemplars here of some different questions that may be asked when addressing author's purpose. So you'll notice over on all of these, they are from the 2021 STAR test. So they are the most recent questions that you can find about these examples. You can find a ton more in Lead Forward if you'd like to, but these I thought were really good, especially because you'll notice in each of these answer choices, especially these two, they do not just say to persuade, inform, entertain, and express. We have to offer, to relate, to describe, to compare. We do have to inform here, but we also have to criticize, to analyze, and to argue, okay? So these are going to be really important for students to see, especially when they may think that the only purposes are our lovely acronym PIE, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to have students get some practice in becoming a question engineer. You're going to want students to use the question stems that I've given them and the author's purpose sample text handout that should have already completed. And you're going to want them to develop 3 star-styled questions and answer choices. So they can select any 3 texts of the sample text that we've given them on that handout, and they're going to create questions that look kind of like the ones on the previous slide. You'll notice off to the right, there are tons of question stems here, and they can use that lovely academic vocab handout to form answer choices as well. So on this slide, I've also put up the exemplars so that they are side by side and easy access for our kids. So on the left, they'll have all of the questions that we had just shown them on the previous slide to give them a model. And on the right, there are question stems if they'd like to frame their question a bit differently. All right, well, that is all I have for you. I hope that this session was beneficial. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or any of our cadre group. Y'all have a great one. Bye.